Tuesday, January 13th. Next week is rolling along. It's race week too, so looking forward to that. Means I get a mild taper going into Saturday. 12 hours around a 4-mile loop on trails. Should be fun. And look at that. Just a little bit of sun in the background coming up. What's up, guys? January 14th. Went from 46 this morning to 34 right now with snow flurries. Yeah. But I got out of school a little bit early, headed home in the daylight, which is nice. So we're rolling along. All right, race morning. Getting ready to go out, head out. Got about an hour drive to get to the race. Gonna see what this is. Six plus miles with 1,600 feet of elevation gain, supposedly. I'm gonna start real slow because I don't know if I'm ready for that. So we'll see what happens. I'll document as we go. Catch you out there.
Check on them. Are you okay? Do you need anything? That really helps us all out. Now, so the way it works is you have a bib on. It should be on the front of you. You guys, I see high compliance here. That's really good. There's a timing chip on the back of that bib, and every time you go through here or past the equipment on the course, it'll record. You also have a shoe tag. That's a timing chip as well. And people say to me, I don't understand, why do I have both? Well, you know what? When I wear pants, sometimes I wear a belt and I wear suspenders because I don't want my pants to be out down around my ankles. So both of those chips work at all times. Here's how it really works. The shoe tag is your ticket to being on the property. If you have your shoe tag, we know you're somewhere out here in the wilderness. If we have your shoe tag because you've checked out and you've decided.
As advertised, it is rough, and these trails have not been ran on before, so they are doubly rough. Just gonna take it easy, not gonna push pace, not gonna be in a hurry, because if you get in a hurry out here, you're probably gonna go down and hurt something. And some of the places are pretty slippery, so it rained last night, so rough, but fun. Warmed up, started with a jacket, thicker gloves, shed the jacket, shed the thicker gloves. First lap was 1:32, so it'll only go slower probably because I'm not gonna push. So
yesterday, Snowball. I had a good day, honestly. I don't think I could have asked for a lot better. Wasn't quite expecting the amount of vert. 6.6 mile loops with 1,300 feet of gain per loop. And a lot of that gain wasn't switchback. It was straight up and straight down. 3 laps I was running, but at the end of the 3rd lap, I could feel my quads starting to get tight from all the downhill. No matter what you did, you were going to take a beating on them. Switched to the poles on the 4th lap, and did pretty well with those. Still ran a little bit, but it's just using the poles to help with the braking on the downhills and push on the uphills. Definitely took a beating off my legs. I was able to take less beating going up and definitely a lot less beating going down. 5th lap, got in. It started getting dark about halfway through. Had a pretty good run there in the second half, especially in the dark. It got maybe the last mile and a half or so, got pretty dark. The last lap was totally dark. Got passed by the leader for the 2nd time. That guy was pretty amazing. On that course, he smashed out almost 60 miles. And this one had an option when you got done. If you were in the last 90 minutes, you could do a 1/4 mile out and back, or 3/4 of a mile out and back. And most of that 3/4 of a mile out was uphill. There was very little down, and then down, back down. And yeah, it was gravel roads. It wasn't too bad, but it was really tough. So when I got back, I had like 61 minutes, and I got up and down it twice. First time I went up with a guy, going a little slower than I normally would have, but it was good to have a conversation because I hadn't really been with anybody for most of the day. Then I did one more lap on my own. It took me 23 minutes to go up and back down on the last one, and the previous one had been like 28. So, and I finished with like 13 minutes left to go. So I wasn't gonna, no matter what I had done, I wouldn't have got a 3rd one up there. 43.08 miles, finished 3rd overall. 1st was 59 and some change. I was not gonna get close to that guy. He was pretty impressive. 2nd place was 48, and so I wasn't too terribly far away with him, 5 miles. He never lapped me, so which is a good thing. I did see him, he did one out and back. So I did see him there. And then the other guy, the 4th place, was about 3 or 4 miles behind me. So, hey, it worked out for me. I was out in the top 7, I think, or 8, somewhere in there. I was the only dude over 50. So pretty happy with that. Training's going well. The walking, when I walked on, there was a lot of walking on that course, especially on the uphills. It was very strong, and I was moving. There were many people commenting to me that my walk was way faster than their run. So I'm getting ready to check out this hotel and head home. Maybe I'll throw a couple miles on walking at home just to loosen the legs up. They're pretty tight, pretty sore. I don't know about, yeah, they're sore, especially the quads. They're pretty sore, but the rest of me's not too bad. So it was a good day. I can't complain. I'm glad I took my trekking poles because they certainly helped a whole bunch, especially that last lap in the full dark. I went really slow, took my time. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't bad. It was only 9 minutes slower than the previous lap, which had been mostly in the daylight, so I'm not going to complain about that. So, all right. End of a 80-mile week, day after Snowbull 12-hour run, where I finished 3rd.
I'm pretty tired and pretty sore, so this is just gonna be like a walking experience. The vert on that course kind of tore me up. I'm just not used to that. So we'll get it. But I guess the 80-mile weeks are really paying off because I had a great run. I can't believe I felt that good the whole time. I really only time I ever felt poorly at all was just going up some of those climbs and you could feel the tiredness seeping in. So